What's up, model fans? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Ducky's Model Cars. Now, I know it's been a while since I've had a video out for you guys. Definitely not as long as the gap as it has been in the past. But I do apologize that it has been so long. I know some old videos, I said there would be some stuff coming up. Unfortunately, that wasn't able to happen. I got really busy. I know I mentioned some stuff with my friend Keith as well. He was busy with stuff with the shop, so it just didn't work out. But anyways, there's some new stuff into my collection, which if you follow me on Instagram, you will have already seen, hopefully. So today I'm going to be doing just a little video on both of those new cars. I don't know if I'll do both in this video or if I'll do one and one. Obviously, stay tuned. But yeah, those are here. There's going to be some new stuff coming down the line as well. So I will be able to put out some more content a bit more frequently for you guys. But let me not ramble on for too long because you guys aren't here to see this. You want to see the cars. So in a second, we'll jump right into it. So in front of me here, of course, we have one of my two newest acquisitions to the collection, my Nissan GT-R Z-Tune Skyline. This, of course, well, this one specifically being the Z-Tune version, finished in Bayside Blue, which, in my opinion, is the best color for these cars. I know they had some crazy colors, and I think Autoart, they didn't do all of them on this one, but I was definitely between this and the Midnight Purple. The Midnight Purple looks awesome, but again, if you guys know me, you know kind of my collection and my love of blue, it was almost a no-brainer that I had to get the Bayside Blue. Of course, you know, I was born in the 90s, grew up in the 2000s, of course, watching the Fast and Furious movies, and I think we all remember Too Fast, Too Furious, obviously Brian's R34, which I don't know if that really put the car on the map. I think it kind of did, given that it was built right around the same time. But yeah, that car definitely was a big inspiration and into my love of these. I've been an R34 fan basically ever since I saw Too Fast, Too Furious. And yeah, like I said, this is specifically the Z-Tune version. So basically the Z-Tune, let's give a quick little background of the car. So the Z-Tune was actually built after the R34's production run had ended in 2005. Of course, they had the original cars and they had the V-Spec 2s. And then the Z-Tune was supposed to come out as kind of the last hurrah car. But as I said, the production had already finished, so they only ever made 20 Z-Tunes, so it's the rarest form of R34 that you can get. And basically what Nissan did was I guess they took some customer cars, they brought them back to the factory, completely stripped them down to the bare chassis, and basically rebuilt entirely new cars. So we're talking new aero, new suspension, different wheels, full upgrades to the engine and all the aero, and basically this was in the mid-2000s, kind of like your Japanese almost supercar killer. So some things that they did to make the Z-Tune stand out from the regular one is, again, with some of the aero bits, we can see the little flicks there. If I hold it straight on, we can kind of see the little aero flicks there, which obviously move air over the car, kind of up over the mirrors for better aerodynamics. The front end, I don't have, obviously, a different model to compare here, but I'll throw up a picture of, I guess, a V-Spec 2, which is the more normal, if you will, looking version, so you can see how the differences go. But yeah, obviously, completely reworked front end. We see vents here, of course, to help with airflow. We have the Nismo branded wheels on there, which hopefully the camera will pick up. So we have the Nismo branded wheels there, kind of the famous black 5-spoke there with the Brembo brakes, which again, it might be hard to see on the camera. I'll post a picture of the wheels so you guys can get a better idea. Of course, we have the GT badge on the side there, and then here, from this angle here, we can better see the actual aero blade or aero bit on the Z-Tune, which of course on the regular car would just be flat bodywork or fairly flat bodywork. Of course, we have the vented hood up top. Obviously, reworks to the back of the car, so you now have this extra little gurney flap or lip in carbon fiber on the wing, not just the flat wing. And I believe they were also adjustable as well, so obviously more downforce, or put it flatter for better or higher top speed. And again, just reworked bodywork all over. As I said, they took V-Spec 2, stripped them down to the bare chassis, and basically essentially rebuilt the cars to make the Z-Tune. Of course, we got the famous Skyline badging on the back, GT-R, obviously Nissan. And like all Autoart models, in case you ever forget which car you bought, it always says the model on the license plate. Here, of course, on the back and on the front of the Nissan, and obviously the GT-R badge in the front grille. And yeah, overall details on this, absolutely stunning. Try to zoom in here. I'm not sure if the camera is going to do justice to the paintwork, but there's a beautiful metallic flake into it. Again, I'll maybe put up a picture because that'll do a little bit better. But yeah, we can see some of the flake in there. Of course, as I mentioned, this is the Bayside Blue, which is kind of one of the most famous colors from the R34. As per usual, it's a fully opening model from Autoart, so we can go ahead and open the passenger door here. Going to open the passenger door, take a quick little look inside. Of course, this being a full JDM spec car, it is, of course, right-hand drive, which is obviously emulated on the model. And even in here, we can see kind of the sportier look. So we got the black leather with all the red accents all on the seat, and on the steering wheel, we have the red leather. Let's go ahead and just open up the driver's side as well, so we can see in there. And we have our little model monkey in there, Mr. Lil Balboni. Obviously going for a little ride, taking care of the cars. If you guys know, you know, but basically I found this random little monkey. He sits in all the cars. We'll get a little bit of a better look at the interior here. So of course, as I mentioned, we have all the black, what will be leather with the red inserts on the door cards there. Of course, up on the steering wheel as well. As I mentioned, we have nice detail in the footwell. Of course, these cars were all manuals, so we have the 3 pedals down there, kind of the metal pedal look with obviously the little rest pedal on the far left. There we have the nice branded Nismo floor mats, which are actually a decent little felt material, and even down to the little details, which I love that Autoart does so well. So we can see there on the side of the chair, obviously the adjustment for the back of the seat, the tilt adjustment. We have the little Z-Tune kind of plaque on the inside of the door there, which would be finished in metal as well. All the nice little felt detail for the carpeting. Better look at the seats, which I'm pretty sure on the real car are Recaro sport seats. Of course, no branding on the model here, but yeah, got the nice sport seats again, all black with the red down the middle. We see even the attention to detail on things like the armrest and the center console, and like the red on the seatbelt, buckle. Of course, as I mentioned, manual. So we have the shifter in the middle there with the parking brake beside it. Not a lot to see on the screens, but good detail for the center screen. Of course, the R34 was kind of known for being ahead of its time and having like boost gauges and everything built right into the car, so you could see all the performance of your car, all with basically a couple easy presses of a button. We got our hazard lights a little further down there, nice detail with the vents for the air conditioning. Because 2000s car, we got a bunch of buttons there for climate control, media, and other things. I believe these cars even had CD players in them. You can see the cigarette lighter there, kind of on the bottom left, just up in front of the shift knob. Yeah, not a huge crazy amount of detail, but I'll have to put a picture because it's going to be almost impossible to show on the camera here, guys. But very, very good detail with the tachometer and everything there, the tach, the speedo. We have our gas gauge and everything on the dashboard there, which is all very well done. And then, yeah, just moving back around the model, we'll do a little 360 here with the doors open. So just for safety, I'm going to go ahead and close the doors here for a moment. But of course, as I mentioned, because it's an Autoart, it's a fully opening model. So if we just gently lift up on the wing, we have a trunk there, which again, it has a nice felt lining to it. And you could easily, if you wanted to store something very small in the back of your model car, you very easily could, of course. And then what we want to get to is maybe the best part about this car, which of course would be the engine. Now, as I mentioned at the top, Nissan effectively fully rebuilt these cars, as well as basically fully, not so much rebuilding, but I guess fully upgrading the engine. Of course, the R34 famous for having the RB26 engine in it. But what they did with this one is they bored it out a little bit, so it had a bit more capacity. Obviously, it made more horsepower. It has the twin turbos on it as well. I don't remember off the top of my head the exact power figure. I'll flash it up on the screen here when I do remember, but hopefully you can see on the camera. If I just let the hood go with my fingers, it's not going to hold itself up. It's just going to slam back down because obviously there's no gas strut or anything on these cars. So, of course, again, attention to detail, things that I love that Autoart does is right in front here. We have our hood latch. So it's going to go ahead and gently lift that up. Oop, do a little too far. Gently lift that up. I've looked, I don't see any specific spot to hook it on the hood, so you just kind of let the hood rest there as you will. But yeah, we're gonna have a look at the absolute masterpiece that is the RB26, of course, reworked. Interestingly enough, with these cars, we don't have the red engine cover. I don't remember if that was a VSpec 2 specific thing or which model that was specific to, but that's kind of one of the famous things. Or I guess you could just paint it. But with these cars having the red, I guess, engine cover. But even inside here, I mean, we can see all the piping in here, which is very well done, obviously, to feed the turbos. We have the brace, the strut bar for the bracing across there. We even have little carbon fiber accents on the side where the strut bar is mounted into. We have the Z-Tune. Oops, the hood just dropped on me. We have the Z-Tune logo on there as well. And there's even warning labels over here on the left, which are will be impossible again to see on camera, but if you pick them up, you can actually read the little warning labels for things within the engine. I think it's just like, I don't remember exactly what it says, but yeah, even down to the warning labels. And then hopefully right here in front, we can even see it has a little intake, the little intake piece that feeds obviously air into the intake into the engines. And even if we look down a little bit, right in front, we can see the radiators that are well represented down there. So yeah, there we go, guys. There's kind of a quick little overview and review of this model. Again, I'm a little bit biased in the fact that this is one of my favorite cars of all time, and as I mentioned, in the rarest spec that you can get of this car of all time, the actual final edition, our Nissan R34. Yeah, it was definitely a no-brainer. I was going to get a VSpec 2 originally, but then, as I said, I saw Autoart announce that they were going to be making the Z-Tune, and I was like, no, I got to wait. I need to get one of those. In terms of other spec options or colors that they made for this car, they also have it in, as I said, the Midnight Purple, the Bayside Blue, which is obviously the one right here, I remember the black and silver, and I think they have one in white as well. I'll have to double check. But yeah, there's a few different colors that you can get for the Z-Tune. And I would say if you're a fan of these cars or you want to add some more JDM to your collection, go out and definitely get one of these. I'm not sure how many of the blue are still available. They're still pretty new, so I imagine they're still readily available. But I would believe that this is the kind of the last batch that they're going to do. The run's not over, but I think in terms of R34, this is kind of the last one that they're going to be making. So yeah, definitely if you want to get one of these, I would suggest going to pick one up. Again, just the overall, obviously, build quality of the model, I think, is amazing. You guys probably know, if you know me well enough, that I have a lot of Autoarts in my collection. I think in terms of value for money, you get a lot. And I know there's been the whole debate of, Autoart's cheaped out. They make composite bodies. They don't have die cast like they used to. And maybe, that might have been true at the beginning, that they weren't as good. But I think these more recent models from Autoart, just across the board, have been absolutely fantastic. I mean, the attention to detail. I mean, things like the gas cap don't open, but you can see there's a clear cutout for the gas cap. All the shut lines all around the car are awesome. There is absolutely no panel gaps on the doors, on the hood at all. The windows sit perfectly in there. I don't have to worry about maybe the window breaking when I open and close the door. Even details down to the back with the rear windshield wiper are amazing. All like the lines in the windows. So I think, say what you will about the composite versus the die-cast metal cars, I think Autoart has been nailing it on the head every time now with their models. But yeah, I don't want to ramble on too much longer. Everyone, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. Also, go give me a follow on Instagram because I'll usually post there first with what new models are in the collection or just what's going on with me and models in general. So yeah, go give me a follow on Instagram as well. Link will be down in the description. And from me and Lil Bob Boney, that's it. And we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.